Hi guys, welcome to my first ever video on this channel. So my whole channel is going to be based on makeup, so I hope you enjoy my videos. But for today's video, I'm going to be testing out Primark foundation and MAC foundation, and I'm going to be comparing them. So let's get into the video. So the Primark foundation and the MAC foundation actually look quite different, and I can tell the Primark one is cheaper because it's in a plastic bottle, and the MAC one looks much more expensive because it's in a glass bottle, and it also feels heavier than the Primark foundation. So this is what they look like. This colour is ivory, and then this shade is NW13. So I think they actually look quite good. They are both got 30 millilitres in, which is the same amount. So if the Primark one is good, then you're saving a lot more money than this one, because this one was £3 and this one was £29. So I'm ready to try them out. So on this side I'm going to do Primark, and then on the other side I'm going to do the MAC. I'm really bad at opening packages, so I might have to come back once I've opened it. Okay, one thing I'll have to say about Primark foundation is there was only a couple of shades, which is quite bad because every person has a different skin colour. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd say that's quite bad about them. They had quite a lot of foundations in there though. So this is really hard to get off, by the way. It's really hard. I can't do it. So I've managed to get the Primark foundation out of the packaging, and it looks much more expensive now it's out of the packaging. But I think it's the plastic bit at the bottom that makes it look much more cheaper, because if it didn't have that, it would look much nicer, I think. So it comes with a pump. I prefer pumps to like pour-on ones or like a wand. This is the lid. I'm hoping this is going to match my skin tone. So let's also have a look at what the other applicator is on the MAC one. So this is a pour-on one. I find that quite harder to do because you have to try and get it out and not put too much. But I think we're going to put what one should we put on first? I think the Primark one. So I'm just going to put a couple of pumps on my hand. So it's quite thick and quite watery at the same time. I think it's more on the liquidy side, but that's the shade. Hopefully it will match. I'm going to be using a beauty blender for this. So yeah. So I've got the foundation on my hand now, and I'm just going to take my finger to apply it to my face. I'm going to put a couple dots on my cheek. I don't know how full coverage this is going to be. Does it say? It's a matte foundation, by the way. It is medium coverage, so hopefully it will be. I might need a bit more. Got it in my hair, that's a great start. But I'm hoping this is going to blend out, and hopefully it doesn't like oxidize. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more. Forehead. Okay, now I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it out. So this does look quite light. That's like pretty good coverage though. I'm going to do a full face of makeup with it too. I have a feeling the MAC one's going to be a better shade for me because it's quite light. But the coverage is actually pretty good, as you can see. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Wait 2 seconds, let me just blend the rest out. That actually looks pretty nice. I'm quite impressed with that. I'm going to get a foundation brush next time I go into town because I don't actually have one. I thought I did, but it would be good to test out with a brush and with a beauty blender. Okay. So let me just quickly have a look in my close-up. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I'm actually quite impressed with it. Just hoping it doesn't crease. Let me just see if it's making my skin a bit dry. It's like not very coverage under my eyes, but it is like medium coverage as it says. I think it could be a bit more coverage. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So I'm just gonna let that to like oxidize for a minute just to see like if it looks any different in a couple of minutes. So I have waited for like 2 minutes and I'm starting to see that it's going a little bit dry on my eyes and near my eyebrow. So that's the only downside to it, but I think it actually looks quite good. For £3, you can't really go wrong. But we're gonna see what the MAC one looks like because I have a feeling this is gonna look much more nicer. So I'm also just gonna apply some of this on my hand. I'm actually quite impressed with that. I can't stop looking at it. So this is really hard to get out. Okay, so I've got a bit on my hand. Now I'm gonna see if that's enough. So I'm also gonna apply it with my finger. Gonna do it. Let me just move my mirror over here so I don't keep looking over there. So I'm just gonna put a couple of dots because I think this one's gonna be a bit more coverage. It doesn't have a bit more. What's it? Wait, a bit more. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I think that is a good amount. So now let me start blending. Okay, so this colour looks a bit more better for me. I think this one's a bit too light, but you can't really notice, it's okay. So this one's a bit more liquidy than the Primark one. And I don't think this one is actually that much, is a bit more smooth, like it looks more smooth. So let me just blend it up in my hairline. So you can see that this one's got a lot more coverage to it. As you can see, it's covered up some of my spots nicely. The colour matches really well. And yeah, it actually looks really nice. I'm really impressed. I think they both actually look quite good. Now we're gonna have to wait because under my nose is where it goes the most like dry and crusty. So when I have my full face of makeup on, I'm gonna have to see if it gets a bit dry under my nose. But yeah, that looks really nice, like really nice. Just gonna see over in this lighting. Yeah, so far I am liking the MAC side more because it's got more of a coverage to it. But this side also looks really good, but I do prefer the MAC one just because of the colour and the finish of it. But if I did get maybe a bit of a dark colour in this, it would look a bit nicer, but it doesn't look too bad. I am actually quite impressed with both of them, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to wait for this one for like a minute as well, just to see if anything happens. After leaving both of the foundations for a couple of minutes, they both look the same. They both look really nice. This side is a bit more crusty, like a bit more dry near my mouth and near my eyebrow, as I've already said. But the MAC one looks really nice. Like, I'm really like the MAC one, but I am also really impressed with the Primark one because it was only £3. You would kind of expect a good foundation for £30. So yeah, now I am just gonna apply a bit of my concealer. I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna find it and then I will put some on. Okay, so this is the concealer I use. It's just a body collection one from, I don't actually remember where it's from, but I'm just gonna put a little bit under my eyes. This isn't very like, it doesn't give a lot of coverage, but it just looks nice and it's very like lightweight, so I just want to see how concealer would blend on it. So far, it's blending out really nicely on both sides. You can see. I just think if I had a bit of a darker shade on the Primark side, it might look a bit better. But yeah, the MAC side absolutely looks gorgeous, especially with the concealer now. It looks really nice. It hasn't made my face dry, it hasn't creased. The Primark side looks good as well with the concealer. Hasn't creased or that dry. But yeah, this is what both of them are looking like. They look really, really nice. But now I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm just going to set my face. I might come back to show you what it looks like when it's set actually. And then I'm going to put some blush on, and then the rest of like my makeup routine just to show you what it looks like with a full face makeup. Okay, so I'm now applying some of this Maybelline setting powder, and I'm just going to see if it changes anything. So this side already looks really matte anyway, so it doesn't look very different. It's giving it a bit more colour. Look as ghostly anymore. Let's do the other side. Okay, so that's starting to get a bit matter. I think if you wanted the Primark side to look a bit more like glowy, you could just add a bit of primer or like what's it called, you know, like highlighter things, just where you would like it to be a bit more glowy. But it is a matte foundation, so you can't expect it to be more smooth, and yeah. So they're both looking really nice, and I really like them. I actually am starting to like the Primark one a lot more now that I've got translucent powder on it. But let me just finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll decide at the end. Okay, so I'm next to the window now so you can see it in natural lighting. But the MAC one looks a little bit dry around the nose, which the Primark one doesn't. And then the Primark one's a bit dry on my eyes and above my eyebrow, but this is what it looks like. And then this is the MAC one. But I do think they actually look quite similar, so I think for the price you should get the Primark one, just because it's £26 less than the MAC one and it looks really similar. But I think the MAC one looks a little bit nicer, but it's not too different, so I actually really like the Primark one. So it is the end of the video now, but I really like the foundations, and as I said, you should get the Primark one because it's only £3 and it looks pretty good. So that's my opinion, but please comment down below what other videos you'd like to see, and comment down below which one you think looks better. Also subscribe and hit the like button so you can see my other videos, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!